According to the Final Call magazine, Willie Lynch gave the following characteristics and attributes in his speech to the other slave owners. These characteristics were used to divide and build distrust and envy. He told them to take this simple little list of differences and think about them. On top of the list was age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second was color or shade. There was intelligence, size, sex, size of plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slaves lived in the valley, on a hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or was tall or short. Now that the owners had the list of differences, he gave them an outline of action. And with that, he told them, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. These characteristics were used against slaves by pointing out the differences mentioned above and assigning a value or a privilege or punishment to each characteristic. If you were light-skinned, you would be subject to light work. And if you were dark-skinned, you would be subject to hard labor. Thus, the house nigger and the field nigger were born, which bred contempt and thereby supported the narrative that anything white was right and that anything dark was worthless and deserving of scorn. This is how we were taught to hate ourselves and each other. We couldn't even eat chicken or watermelon without it being associated as a negative food to eat because blacks enjoyed it. I remember hearing a white man call a black man a watermelon, rib, and chicken eating nigger as a result of road rage when I was a young man. This is when I experienced racist food stereotypes. Not only did they utilize our differences against us, they even weaponized the food we ate, like eating watermelon, ribs, and chicken is a bad thing. It isn't, but they put a negative connotation behind it, and it made me embarrassed to eat those things in front of white people. And now everyone is having rib burn-offs, eating watermelon, and serving chicken wings at sports bars. Go figure. If this is your first time learning about this speech, I'm sure you are reading this with your mouth open in disbelief, because this describes black people's mentality and attitudes towards each other to this very day. It explains every single way that we have been trained to be our own haters. Haters of everything about us. Now imagine how that affects our experiences of love amongst us. We have been mind-fucked into believing all this negativity about our people. We now know that our natural instincts to love each other have been crippled by the underlying self-hate that we have been taught. How can you find true love consistently in people who do not love themselves? You can't. That's why it's hard to find love in the black community, because it's impossible to hate yourself and then turn around and recognize love when it's presented to you. But it's not impossible to rewire our minds to redefine who we are, individually and collectively. That's why we all need to go on a self-discovery trip to address all of these differences. Self-hate has ruined our family structure, friendships, and neighborhoods. It's real, and it's killing us daily. A parent is the number one teacher in his or her child's life. And when a parent does not love him or herself, how can they provide their child with something they do not possess? Now we have children who are having children. Children who have not worked on themselves or learned much about how to navigate through life. They teach their children what little they know. And if they only know how to hate themselves, they teach their children how to hate him or herself as well. When that happens, you hate yourself and you don't respect yourself or anyone else that looks like you. Therefore, self-hate becomes a generational problem that is passed down, just like poverty and mental disorders that become a way of life for all of us.